My name's Theary Seng. I'm a survivor of the Khmer Rouge, but I lost both my parents to the Khmer Rouge. They first killed my father at the beginning of the regime in April 1975, and my mother toward the end in mid-1978, while we were in prison, all of us, the children, including myself.
But Theary Seng survived the massacres and ended up in the US in 1980. After high school, she trained as a lawyer before returning to Cambodia. This memorial event in Phnom Penh took place on April the 17th, the 40th anniversary of the day the Khmer Rouge stormed the Cambodian capital and began a reign of terror that killed at least 1.8 million people, or a quarter of the population. Theary Seng is retracing the steps she made back in 1975 as a young girl, when the Khmer Rouge evacuated city dwellers to slave labour camps in the countryside.
I can't get around, and I don't think anyone can get her mind around the cruelty and the evil that was unleashed that day 40 years ago.
Her family were detained first at this pagoda just outside Phnom Penh, where Van Sovi, a caretaker, recalled living in the area at that time.
This woman was here. She's from this area. She was here when we arrived. Of course, she doesn't recall me in particular or recall to my father, but she recalled the people being taken back to Phnom Penh. She saw the convoy trucks.
Theary Seng's father answered a call to join one of those convoys. He never returned.
We're overlooking the Mekong River right now. 40 years ago, my family escaped a death by crossing this river, Mekong. But not at this location of Nat Luang, but at Wat Champa, where we were earlier, where we were waiting for our dad, my father, but the place where he disappeared. And we were forced to either be transported to death or make this escape across the river. And we took the risk and escaped across the Mekong River.
After crossing the river, the family took refuge in her father's ancestral village before they were arrested again.
I'm going to Osangam this morning with my aunts to visit Tasok and see if I can meet him. Tasok was the security, or I was told Tasok was the security officer who came to arrest my family and me.
ក្នុងការដែលខ្មែរក្រហមឬក៏របបប៉ុលពតប្រើហ្នឹងគឺចំពោះខ្ញុំវាដល់មិនបានធ្វើអីមិនមានអារម្មណ៍អីទេទេបាទព្រោះឲ្យស្គាល់គាត់ហ្នឹងម្ដងទេលោកគ្រូតែជាត្រូវជាប៉ាបាទស្គាល់ម្ដងព្រោះគាត់បង្រៀនតែខ្ញុំកាលនោះនៅរៀនដែរប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំរៀនសាលាខុសគាត់មកហើយស្គាល់គាត់ដោយគាត់មកលេงស្រុកម្ដងអញ្ចឹងទៅស្គាល់គាត់
I came here this morning to meet a man whom I thought was present at my arrest, was present in arresting my family and me. And I was even more excited when he gave the permission for this interview to be filmed. But then as the conversations progressed, he told me that he was not there. And I was really upset because I wasn't sure if he was lying or not, and at that moment I thought he was. And then he told me of his responsibility. And now I need to wait a little bit more, but I believe him.
After their arrest, Theary Seng's family were taken to a nearby prison.
I'm standing now at Wat Tlog, my first prison when I was 7 years old, where my mom, my brothers, and my grandfather were detained here.
Some months later, the family were moved to a second prison.
The Khmer Rouge had tried to shackle my ankles, but I was 7 years old and I was skin and bone, so they could slip in and out like this, so it was no use to shackle me at night. And so they gave me the job of bringing toilet buckets to the other immobile prisoners here in Phnom, which is part of the Bang Ray area.
And it was while the family were being held there that her mother disappeared. Theary Seng has never found out exactly how her mother and father died, but she's still searching, gathering stories from others of the terrible places she somehow escaped as a little girl.
And here's the crazy part. You know, I'm one of 7 million Cambodians who experienced this. The tragedy of the Khmer Rouge is that my ordeal is the common and not the exception.